According to Ukrainian officials, what appeared to be a video game was actually the work of a small, relatively inexpensive Turkish-made drone that had a surprisingly lethal impact on Russian forces. According to a US defense official, Ukraine has made a terrific use of Turkish Bayraktar TB2 unmanned aerial vehicles, which can hover over tanks and artillery and destroy them with devastatingly accurate missile fire. According to the official, the US is working to keep the drones flying. Ukraine received a new shipment of the drones this month. According to the country's defense minister on Facebook, he didn't say how many there were. It's unclear whether the US has made any efforts to facilitate the supply of the Turkish drone or other similar systems to Ukraine, in addition to the Javelin anti-tank and Stinger anti-aircraft missiles it's already providing. Before the war began, military experts predicted that Russian forces would have little trouble dealing with Ukraine's complement of up to 20 Turkish drones. The Bayraktars are far less expensive than drones like the US Reaper, but they're also much slower and smaller with a wingspan of 39 feet. However, as has been so often the case of this war, the experts underestimated the Russian military's capabilities. It's quite startling to see all these videos of Bayraktars apparently knocking out Russian surface-to-air missile batteries, which are exactly the type of system that can shoot them down, said David Hambling, a drone expert based in London. That is perplexing, according to Hambling, because the Russians should be able to blow the drones out of the sky or disable them with electronic jamming. In terms of performance, it's literally a World War I aircraft, he said. It's powered by a 110 horsepower engine. It's not a covert operation, it's not a supersonic vehicle, it's a clay pigeon, and it's a very easy target. At the very least, the Russians should not be able to shoot down the drones with fighter jets, according to Hambling. But in the absence of air superiority, Russia has not conducted regular combat air patrols. One of the mysteries of the Ukraine invasion is why the Russians haven't made more use of what experts believe to be their advanced electronic warfare capability. The bottom line is that the Turkish drones continue to appear in videos shared on Twitter and other social media platforms, blowing up Russian vehicles. Ukrainians have even sung their praises. It's unclear how many have been shot down, but some are still operational according to US officials. It's perplexing, Hambling said. It could be massive incompetence on the part of the Russians. It's possible that the Ukrainians have discovered some sneaky tactics they can employ. It's not the first time Bayraktar has played a significant role in a military conflict. Azerbaijan used small Turkish-made drones to devastating effect against the Armenian military, bringing a decisive end to a years-long stalemate over a disputed enclave. Drones are seen pummeling artillery, tank and troop emplacements in Azerbaijan, which are surrounded by trenches that offer no protection from the fiery death raining down from above. Turkish drones were also crucial in battles against Russian-made military equipment in Libya and Syria. Bayraktar Technology, whose chief technology officer, Selkur Bayraktar, is a son-in-law of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, manufactures the drones. I'm sure it'll sell extremely well, Hambling predicted. Many experts believe that another type of unmanned weapon system, known as a Kamikaze Drone, would be even more useful to Ukrainian forces, a vehicle packed with explosives that's essentially a smart guided missile launch miles away from a target. The Harab and the Hero are versions of those drones made by two Israeli companies. The US military employs the Switchblade system, the larger version of which can destroy tanks. Except for the United Kingdom, that weapon is not authorized for export. Turkey, which has maintained friendly relations with both Russia and the West, was sanctioned by the US in December 2020 for purchasing Russian S-400 missile defense systems. Erdogan refused to say whether Turkey would purchase more Russian weapons on Monday. The Bayraktar was one of Ukraine's unexpected successes in combating the invasion. Against expectations, Turkish-supplied drones that resemble a smaller US Predator have taken a significant toll on Russian vehicles, flying at night and attacking with Turkish-supplied laser-guided MAM missiles. Russia's inability to shoot down or jam the Bayraktars reflects their serious military shortcomings. The Bayraktar's success has given Ukraine a huge morale boost. The drone has become an icon of resistance, inspiring popular songs and a slew of memes. But before we go any further, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button to make sure you never miss a video or an update from us. While the Russians now claim to have destroyed 37 of the Ukrainian fleet's 35 Bayraktars, an impressive 106% kill rate, only 3 of these have been visually confirmed, and the Bayraktars appear to be still operational. However, in recent days, there have been fewer videos of Bayraktar strikes and more of them acting as artillery observers, finding targets and directing fire. This could be for operational security reasons, but it could also be due to a missile shortage. Turkey supplied an additional shipment of Bayraktars just before the invasion, but the country's teetering between support for Ukraine and support for Russia. Officials stressed that the drone deal was a private sale by a Turkish company, not military assistance. Because of Turkey's energy needs, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has stated that Turkey cannot join sanctions against Russia. While other countries race to supply Ukraine with missiles and other weaponry, Turkey has made no announcements about arms supply since the invasion. Russian pressure or Turkish caution may have resulted in a reduction in the supply of NAM missiles for Bayraktars. Perhaps it's time to consider a different weapon. While Ukraine has a large supply of javelins and other anti-tank missiles, they're not suitable for air launch and cannot be easily integrated with drones. The United States could provide Hellfire missiles, but these are twice as heavy as MABs, and attaching one to a Bayraktar would be like expecting a swallow to carry a coconut. Fortunately, the United States has a viable alternative in the form of a lightweight, laser-guided weapon designed to be launched from aircraft. This is the APKWS, or Advanced Precision Kill Weapon 2. APKWS is an upgrade for the US military's vast stocks of old 2.75-inch or 70mm rockets, just as new guidance kits can convert old dumb bombs into precision weapons. Originally developed in the 1940s, these 25-pound rockets were carried in pods of 7 or 19 by attack aircraft and helicopters and fired in volleys to blanket an area. They were widely used in Vietnam, and Russian helicopters are still firing similar unguided rocket pods in Ukraine. The APKWS incorporates laser guidance in the form of 4 seeker heads attached to the rocket's fins and linked to steering. It works with standard laser designators, so the operator simply highlights a target and the rocket will home in on it without the use of any additional technology. While simple in theory, the APKWS project proved difficult in practice for the company behind it. BAE Systems, which developed taken over 16 years and numerous problems before it was successfully fielded in 2012. APKWS is referred to as a guided rocket rather than a missile because it's a rocket with guidance added later. The US Marine Corps use APKWS in Afghanistan as a lightweight, low-cost alternative to the Hellfire. When compared to a helicopter, it has a range of more than 3 miles and a range of 7 miles when compared to a fixed-wing aircraft, which can be increased by 30% with a 2021 software upgrade. APKWS is designed to be a plug-and-play system that can be easily added to existing aircraft. In a 2012 interview, a BAE spokesman told me that because it uses standard launchers, APKWS requires no platform integration or aircraft modifications, and because it's loaded and fired just like a standard 2.75-inch rocket, it requires very little additional aviator or ordnance crew training. APKWS has never been fired by Bayraktar. However, according to the manufacturer's promotional materials, it's compatible with the Turkish company Roketsan CRT missile. The CRT is a 2.75-inch laser-guided rocket designed to launch from existing aircraft-mounted rails and pods, and it's compatible with NATO standard laser designators. BAE refused to discuss the transfer or the possibility of arming Ukraine's Bayraktars with APKWS, explaining that all inquiries would have to be routed through US military authorities. This implies that the rockets will be sourced from existing stocks and will be available immediately. The APKWS is lighter than the current Bayraktar missile and does not carry a powerful warhead. However, because they have primarily been used to destroy fuel trucks and anti-aircraft vehicles rather than tanks, they may not necessitate heavy anti-tank missiles. The APKWS's lighter weight provides an advantage in loadout. Instead of 4 MAM, a Bayraktar may be able to carry 6 or more APKWS. Some are now suggesting that the United States provide Ukraine with Reaper drones. This would necessitate extensive retraining as well as additional maintenance and logistics requirements. Providing weapons to ensure the survival of the Ukrainian Bayraktars appears to be a good short-term solution, and supplying APKWS may be the best way to do so. And that's all there is to it for today. Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, you should watch the other video on the screen right now to learn why Russia wants and needs armed drones from China. Please like, subscribe, and follow our channel for more awesome content and up-to-date information.